We're told that regulations are supposed to create a level playing field. The problem is that the playing field in drafting those regulations is not level. When a wannabe chief Bitcoin regulator in the US tweets how lovely lunch he had with the newly hired Bitcoin lobbyists for two of the major Bitcoin companies, that's not level playing field. That's a few privileged companies having direct access to someone who has a coercive power to introduce these rules on top of the whole industry. That's not level playing field in drafting those regulations, which means there will be no level playing field created by those regulations. We're told we need to be practical. This is practical. These are practical examples of people losing billions and billions of dollars, of trillions of dollars going to completely nonsensical projects which nobody wants. People literally committing suicides because they lost money on Ponzi schemes that was regulated. This is practical. We're told we need to be realistic. Fine, I'll be realistic. I agree with John Matonis on his approach, former head of Bitcoin Foundation. He says we don't need, or we should not ask for complicity with the government in drafting those regulations. What we need is a strong defense position against these wrong rules. And in my opinion, common law, which is a legal system here in Singapore, Hong Kong, and in most Commonwealth countries and the US, provides a great framework for this. Because in common law, the law, rather than being consciously designed, is interpreted based on patterns of behavior of people interacting with each other on the free market. It is well respected in the society because it has been incorporated in the expectations of people and how they interact with each other. We should educate, we should explain these patterns, we should answer questions when they are asked, but we should use common law to challenge rules which are arbitrary, which will have unintended consequences, and which will not be respected by the society. If we rather let ourselves being dragged into the process and draft regulations in our favor, we're not entrepreneurs, we're lobbyists. And if we welcome regulations just because they do what we already do, or they explain what we already do, but they don't regard for the future innovations of our possible competitors, we're not innovators, we're crony capitalists. And if we embrace regulations, and if we will be complicit with creating the environment which will hurt people, hurt businesses, and will drive innovations to other jurisdictions where these regulations don't apply. And I think we are all in this room because we are and want to be innovators. Thanks.